So a promiscuous partner or a narcissist is someone who sold their soul to their ex. When you sell your soul, that's when you make a deal with yourself internally that you're going to move a certain way because of how someone else made you feel, because you're assuming they're still watching, in a sense, right? So when you're dealing with a narcissist, they become this person who their ex will hate. Out of hating their ex, just off the energy of hating their ex, right? They're not able to give the love that they gave to their ex when their ex, hurted them or whatever, and they ain't move on. They ain't got no healthy soul maintenance habits, so they choose revenge. They want to move out there in their revenge era and hurt people and not care about it. Internally, they judge themselves, but externally is the ego, right? When they choose revenge, that's when their ego let a Jezebel spirit in. Because being authentic seemed weak to them. They got to show some malice. They got to show some anger. They got to show some resistance towards love, because when they tried and wanted love with their ex, they got stabbed in the back or betrayed, or they feel as if they did. These are people who sold their souls to low vibrations because they didn't face the darkness of the soul, and their heart got too heavy to operate in higher vibrations. They are able to act like high vibrations. We are humans. We still can express joy and happiness, right? Actors. We see actors that went through the Diddy type situation still happily married in movies and shit. And you can feel it in a sense. Great acting. Great acting. That's all that is, right? Inside, their inner child still long for them, but their ego hate that they still have feelings for them. So they become an abomination of a character when under pressure. When you got them comfortable, they'll be able. When you got them comfortable, it's less pressure. They can operate. It's like you take the weight off their heart, so they can operate in higher frequencies. They seem positive, but at the point when the attachments start wearing out and they reverting back to their old self, because they falling back down. As soon as the weight start coming back in their heart and they stop feeling satisfied with the love in front of them, because their hearts need too much they need too much stimulation. Hurt people require too many attachments. I'm not a hurt person. I don't attach to exes. I don't give a fuck how much they say they love me. None of that shit. Like some women attach to exes or friends, people they had sex with back in high school. They best friends today is because they still require that attention they get. They know they still hit on them. They know all of that, but the attention. Women like to feel wanted. Women like to feel seen. They're internal beings. They're intuitive beings. They're in love with themselves. On the exterior world, it feels nice when the exterior world lines up with the love.